Listen up, man. Ain't no introductions needed. You read the title, right? Let's get straight into it. Forget about following God and become one instead. Yes, sir. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Listen up, my guy. Forget about following God. Forget about serving God. And forget about submitting to an external source of divinity. And become that source of divinity yourself. And you might be wondering, okay, man, what the hell does that even mean, bro? What are you talking about? I thought the whole spiritual path was about following God, was about serving God, was about becoming light, love, peace, and happiness. Now you're telling me forget about all that stuff and become a God myself. Well, is that even possible? Make that make sense? Well, relax. Relax. Relax, my guy. I'm gonna need you to just take a deep breath. Come on, do it with me. Get yourself grounded, because it's time for your boy to break this bitch down real quick like a brick for y'all. So first things first, we must come to understand along this journey that we call life is that the modern world has molded your mind to think that God and divinity resides outside of you. Let that marinate into your mind. Let that sink into your psyche, my guy. The modern world has put you under a magic spell to make you believe that divinity resides outside of you, that divinity demands obedience, that divinity is all peace, love, light, and happiness. They have tricked you into believing this dualistic standard of life of good versus evil. And God is all good, and the devil, Satan, whatever you want to call it, is all bad. Well, let me break this down for you real quick. The word in itself, Satan, is not something that is originating from the Bible, the Old Testament. This is an ancient Sanskrit term made up of two words, Sat and Tan. What does that mean? It means to become a god. If you really are able to read the Bible, read the whole story of Lucifer, of the devil, of Satan, you'll soon come to see that this man or this deity, this figure, this character was not an all evil figure. They've tricked you into believing that. This is a figure, a deity, a force that resides within you, resides within me, that Luciferian energy. To reject that standard that the Sky Father, that God, this external source of divinity has told you is the right way to live and the wrong way to live. It is the will to reject that and decide that standard for yourself. Not letting somebody tell you what's right and wrong and you blindly follow it like most people do in today's day and age. When it comes to religion, when it comes to society, when it comes to following what their friends say, what their family says. The social norms about what's right, what's wrong, what's popular, what's not popular, what is acceptable and what's not acceptable. That is the energy that resides within you, resides within me, resides within everybody that you see that they want to beat out of you. They want to make you ashamed for the fact that you might not agree with this made-up system, this made-up matrix that we live in today's day and age within the modern day world. If you don't agree, you're ashamed. They shame you. They make you think that you're evil. They make you think that you're bad. They make you think like you're an outcast. You are possessed by Satan or whatever it is. But Satan energy, the goal to reach Satan has been accessed by all the greatest men who have walked on this earth. All the greatest Buddhas. Buddha is a Satan. Buddha lives by his own rules. Buddha doesn't listen to any dogmas. Buddha follows the path of his dharma, his innate nature. Because he has discovered the path to become a god. And when I say become a god, some people might be just shocked. What is this guy saying? No way you can become a god. When I say become a god, I'm talking about you play the game of life by your rules. You desire and pursue those things that are innate to you. You don't pursue and desire the things that everybody tells you to do. Just because everybody's getting married doesn't mean you got to get married. Just because everybody's got kids doesn't mean you got to have kids. Just because everybody goes to school doesn't mean you got to go to school. You can reject all of that stuff. Not in a sense of, oh, I hate all these things. Screw all these things. We're not trying to be, in this state of being contrarian to everything society has to say. Be on the opposite side of the checkerboard. Because that's another trap that you see within hedonism, atheism. That is another, again, part of the trap, part of the system that keeps you stuck as a slave either to your senses or to your spirit. That's what they want in today's day and age. For you, me, and everybody that you see to be a slave to our senses or be a slave to the spirit. You can never truly be liberated. You can never truly enjoy life. You can never truly become you, become the self, become your true nature, and actually pursue your dharma. Because either you're fed these lies that this is right and this is wrong, and you follow it, or you're fed these lies that this is right and this is wrong, and you go against it. Either way, you're ending up in blindness. If I put you into a room that is filled with blinding white light, you're not going to be able to see. If I put you into a room that is pitch dark black, you're not going to be able to see. You see? There's no difference. You're still stuck. You're still blind. And when you're blind, you depend on something outside of you. A voice, some sort of guidance to help you navigate that terrain. And that terrain we are living in is life. When you are blind because you are following the slave matrix into the spirit, you let somebody else, an external source of divinity, tell you what's right and tell you what's wrong. If you become a slave to your senses and you're trying to navigate life through that manner, you're still following what's right and what's wrong from an external authority. On one side of the coin, you're following everything that's right. On the other side of the coin, you're following everything that's wrong. You think that, oh man, I'm so anti-system, so anti-religion, I'm so fucking atheistic. Yet you are falling into the same trap. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? But the true solution is not to go against and not to go with. Is to become your own path and become a god. And the journey to godhood is the journey of discovering your dharma. Discovering your dharma and pursuing it to the fullest extent. So what is dharma? You might be wondering, what is this guy talking about dharma? Dharma is your innate essence. What is natural to you? What is natural to your blood? What is natural to your mind? What is natural to your soul? What is natural to your emotions? It is you. Your dharma is you. It's what makes you different from me. And it's what makes me different from this tree. Let's write it down. It's dharma. Dharma is something that not only satisfies your senses, but also nourishes your soul. And dharma doesn't have to be all good in the eyes of good and evil, duality, morality. A dharma of a lion is to murder damn near every fucking animal in its territory. Are you gonna look at a lion and be like, that animal is inherently evil? No, that lion is pursuing its dharma. And that's what makes a lion a lion. The dharma of a cow is totally different than that, right? And that's what makes a cow a cow. There is no morals when you're living life dharmically. There is only what is good for you and what is bad for you. And when I live dharmically, there's only what is good for me and what is bad for me. At the end of the day, it all comes down to your nature, which you have forgotten. You have forgotten because you've been conditioned to follow the agendas of this Abrahamic culture that we live in. And when I say the Abrahamic culture, because I'm mentioning the connection to the religions that we talk about today as Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. I'm not talking about just a religion. This is a system. This is a spell. This is a magical tradition that has put everyone into a state of hypnosis with all these laws, with all these rules, with all these regulations, with all these ideas of becoming a good person, good citizen, a bad person, a bad citizen. You need order in life, but we are living in a state of life where order has dominated that beauty of chaos. You need to have that nice connection between both chaos and order, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, Shiva and Shakti, to truly access Godhood. And in the time and present age that we are living in right now, order has taken over everything. Everyone's stuck in the mind. Everyone's thinking about, should I say this? Do I not say that? Am I going to get canceled? Are people going to like me? No, they're not going to like me. No one's willing to be themselves. Everyone's living under a mask. Everyone's living under a mind matrix. And that is causing everyone to remain dissatisfied in their lives. This is why everyone's so addicted to escape mechanisms. They're trying to escape their reality because they're not able to embrace who they are, embody who they are. They don't even know who they are. They've been told and sold lies from the moment they were born. You're this, you're that, this is right, this is wrong, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. You are scolded as a child when you follow something that truly you're drawn to. You are scolded for expressing yourself as a child. You are slowly but surely molded into a mere cog of the machine. And that's what this whole modern world wants you to become. This is what the Abrahamic tradition wants you to become. It wants you to become a tool, a piece of the machine within the dream of God. The whole journey, the whole goal of all these spiritual aspirants, the Christians, the Jews, the Muslims, and the people, again, that also reject all of this, because, again, you don't got to be religious to live in this religious system. You have been born into it. It doesn't have to just do with the Bible. It doesn't have to just do with the Quran. It doesn't have to just do with the Torah. It has nothing to do with just that. It is this system that we live in. Take a look around you. What is the script that you're given from the moment you were born? School, house, job, wife, kids, retire, die. What is that? What does that mean? It's a meaningless life. That's all you were brought here to do? To just be a cog, a battery that charges up the system to be a good worker so you can have kids? And what do you do with your kids? You put them in school and they get indoctrinated to become workers again. There are people that are literally generational lineage Burger King workers, McDonald's workers, generational plumbers. And I'm not saying any of these jobs are bad. But what I'm saying is, I guarantee you not all of them think that that's their dharma. For some people that is, and that's beautiful, that's great. I'm not hating on anybody. But you are forced into a position due to your blood karma, due to your family, due to this system, due to society, and due to this magical spell that we call Abrahamism. And again, what does that lead to? A life that is meaningless. A life that is meaningless, you try to escape. How do you try to escape? You try to escape through video games, so you can live a different life. You try to escape through pornography, junk food, mindless entertainment, any source of stimulation for you to forget about the position that you're at in life right here, right now. Let it marinate in your mind. Let it sink into your psyche, my guy. What I'm saying is 100% fact. Don't try to debate that. Oh no, God promises us to go to heaven. What is that heaven? Did you choose that heaven? What if your heaven is to be in the Philippines with thousands of girls, and you're just having orgy after orgy? What if that's your heaven? No, heaven has to be all peaceful, white, blissful, this, that. God is promising you something. Do you even want that? No, I don't know. You don't know. But you've just been indoctrinated to accept that because you're not willing to choose what you want in this life. And you not doing that in this life will cause you to remain, again, as a submissive little slave in your afterlife. You're going to get what I say is good for you, and you're going to shut your mouth. If you don't do it, I'm going to put you into hell. That sounds like a weird dad, an abusive father, right? And that is who runs this whole system. Everyone talks about the Illuminati, the elite, this, and that. No, man, it is a father figure, an external divinity, an external source, an external force that we call Yahweh. Welcome to reality. You've been maybe going down the rabbit hole of the Illuminati, the elites, the Matrix, this and that. I just broke it down for you. That is who's running it. This is the system of samsara that we live in today. And when I say samsara, I'm talking about the chains of karma, the chains that keeps our consciousness bound to becoming slaves to our senses or slaves to the spirit. There is only one solution, and that solution, that remedy, is to discover your dharma, discover who you are, discover what is innate and natural to your essence. It's not something that's gonna come easily because, again, you're getting attacked from all different angles to make you a mere cog that upholds this agenda. This is not something that you're just gonna, I'm gonna read a book and I'm gonna find my dharma. I'm gonna watch this guy's videos, I'm gonna find my dharma. No, you must explore, investigate, and expand your awareness, expand your consciousness beyond the mode of existence that you're living in right here, right now. The mode of existence where you're simply just a mere cog of the machine. You must expand your consciousness beyond the dogmatic system that we live in. And how do we do that? You might be wondering, okay, well, how do I go about and do this? How do I discover my dharma? Well, this is the process that we talk about in the yogic tradition as the science of Tantra. Tantra, again, some of you guys may have heard about Tantra. Some of you guys may have never heard about Tantra. For the people that have heard about it, they're probably just thinking about tantric sex because the New Age spiritual culture has completely bastardized everything that the Eastern traditions have upheld and brought to humanity. From yoga to Tantra to all these different types of things, they bastardize it. They dumb it down and make it retarded. But the essence of Tantra is a science to explore consciousness. Consciousness is everything. Consciousness is everything. That is the key. That is the controller to your reality. Imagine we're playing a video game right now, your Xbox controller. That's your consciousness. But it doesn't look like a controller. It looks like your spine. Because your spine is the central axis of consciousness that we define in the yogic traditions. Your spine holds all the centers, referred to as chakras, that act as different planes of consciousness, different realms of reality. And each one of these chakras allows you to view life from a different angle. It's like putting on sunglasses. If I put on a red pair of sunglasses, my life looks a lot different than when I'm wearing a pair of yellow sunglasses, right? The world wants to keep you stuck in one pair of sunglasses. So you only view life and only view yourself in one mode of existence. They want to make you think that, again, this physical body you're trapped in, your soul needs to escape out of it. Everything in the physical world is bad, but you're also a slave to it. They want to make you ashamed of what we call your Shakti, your divine feminine force that is associated with the 3 lower chakras. And when I say lower, I'm not saying they're worse. I'm saying it's closer to the earth on the lower aspects of the spine. They want to make you ashamed of your animalistic instincts, your body, the physical world, the materiality. They want to make you ashamed because they know we are living in something that is called the Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga is a cycle of time in the yogic tradition where your consciousness is naturally rooted in those lower planes. You basically spawn in the lower planes. It is your default mode when you are incarnated in the Kali Yuga. So if it's your default mode and we are living in the age of Shakti and they make you ashamed of it, they realize that you're also a slave to it. So they make you ashamed of what you're already a slave to. They don't give you the tools to liberate yourself out of it. They give you this idea that here, you need to follow this, you need to follow that, because if you don't, you're going to go into pure chaos. And that is right, you will go into pure chaos. But these rules don't allow you to ever control that chaotic creativity within you. It never allows you to actually harness what we call serpent power. Never allows you to actually embrace your Shakti. The force, that dynamic force of your consciousness that allows you to create art, that allows you to become a different mode of being that everybody else is following. They want to make you one. They want to make you follow this specific script of life. They want to make you think the same things, watch the same videos, watch the same movies, talk the same way, act the same manner, do the same life. Because all of these things bring you back to one, bring you back to this idea of God, the dream of God. You becoming a God is you becoming a sovereign entity. You're no longer playing the game of life by their rules. You start to play the game of life that you want to play. If you don't want to play soccer, you can go play basketball. Imagine you're forced to play a sport your entire life that you never even chose to play. And you always innately want to go play the other sport, but you're ashamed, you're guilted, you're scolded for ever trying it. You see what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? This is the world that we live in today. But they make this idea of serving God, submitting to God, submitting to the system. And when I say God, system, the same thing. God is a system. The system is God in the modern world we live in today. They make it seem as if that is the highest pursuit of man, the highest virtue. All these spiritual retards online say the same thing. It's just a different language. Peace, love, light, happiness. I'm a light worker. I'm this. What if your dharma is to be like a lion and cause chaos? Huh? What about that? Everything about that? The whole goal of life is not just to be good. Who even determined what's good? Think about that. Who determined what's good? Did you? Nope. Because what is good for you might be bad for me. What's bad for me might be good for you. It all depends on your dharma. It all depends on your nature. Imagine you take a lion and you put it into a zoo with a bunch of cows. The lion's gonna want to go kill all of them. But it's slowly but surely scolded, molded, and conditioned to become like a cow, just eating grass. And it gets sick from eating grass because that's not what it's meant to eat, but it's forced to do it. You are getting sick. And the way I know that you're getting sick, I'm getting sick, or anybody's getting sick, is the fact that you want to escape your reality. If you are living a life that is dharmically aligned, you're not going to want to escape that reality. You are going to fully embrace it. It empowers you. It makes you feel like how you're supposed to feel. I'm not saying it's all good, it's all sunshines and rainbows, but it is what you are supposed to do. I guarantee you, if you put a lion into that zoo and it's just eating vegetarian food and grass, it would rather starve and be emaciated in the jungles of its natural habitat with the chance to hunt. Just with the chance. Because that's what it's meant to do. You have something that you are designed to do. Designed to do. It's what your body was designed to do. It is what your mind is geared towards. It is what your soul gets nourished from. It is what your emotions want to drive you towards. And all of that stuff is thrown away. You never realize what that is. And the reason you never realize what that is because you have been told and sold a script of what you should do instead. Your family, your mom, your dad, your school, your society didn't ever help you nurture your dharma, nurture your nature. It made you throw it away, and it nurtured somebody else's agenda. Whose agenda? Abraham's agenda. Who's Abraham's agenda all about? Yahweh. It's all about oneness. It's all about good. It's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about happiness. It's all about this fake idea of life for you to become a slave to this system. And everyone is born as a slave, and majority of people will die as a slave. However, those who have the balls, who have the courage to reject the system and actually rise above the system through recognizing their dharma, they have the capacity to become a god. To become a god and break free from this circus world, this clown show that we're all living. You're a background character in a clown show right now. I am too. Are you happy with that? Or are you finally going to be sick and tired of being sick and tired in this cycle where you are dissatisfied in life because you follow the mainstream agenda of what you're supposed to do? Oh man, follow God, follow your purpose, follow this, follow that, submit, serve. It's all for the greater good. It's all for this, it's all for that. It's all for Jesus, it's all for Muhammad, it's all for, whatever. Are you going to say, oh yeah, that's what I'm designed to do, to just be a slave? Or are you going to say, whoa, this guy is spitting some game. And it's hitting me in the motherfucking brain. You dig what I'm saying? He's right. I've been living my life on autopilot mode. On autopilot mode that's going to lead me to becoming a slave, a cog in the machine for somebody else's agenda. What about my desires? What about my dharma? What about my nature? I never thought about that. I never thought about that because they don't want you to think about that. They want to keep you submissive. They want to keep you a slave. They want to keep you in this set standard, in this set parameter. And they use all these different mechanisms, from guilt, from shame, from made up promises. Oh man, you go to heaven. Oh man, you'll be happy. Once you get that wife, once you get that kid, once you get your mortgage and get into debt, and all you can do is just work until you retire and maybe get one vacation a month, one vacation a year. That's what you're meant to do. Some of y'all have the balls though. Some of y'all have the balls to say nah. Some of y'all have the balls to say, I'd rather just delete myself than do that. And this is the will of the Aryan people. And when I say the Aryan people, there is a blood Aryan race, but I'm talking about the Aryan spirit. You see this within Japan, for example. The whole concept of, what's the name? Seppuku, something like that. Where the samurai would rather stab themselves in the gut and pull the sword all the way to the side and kill themselves. They'd rather do that than dishonor their dharma. They'd rather not be captured as a slave to whatever country, whatever opposition that has basically cornered them. They'd rather end themselves than let that happen. Some of you guys watching this have that fire. Have that fire, that Aryan spirit. And I'm here to ignite it even more. Put the lighter onto that little string that's coming off the piece of dynamite. You have that dynamite within you. I'm here to light it. And the way we light it, and what results out of that, is your Dharma, the pursuit towards your Dharma. Through, again, the science of Tantra, you must explore every plane of consciousness, because there are certain things that are keeping you stuck in a specific plane of consciousness. This is what we call these karmic compulsions. You can be a slave to this plane of consciousness that only allows you to operate your existence from one mode. And when you're a slave to that, and when you're stuck in that mode, your whole life is dependent on that mode. And they want to keep you stuck in certain modes of survival, sensuality, and status, to make you just always work and work and work and work and work. And they keep all that prana that you're using for work to uphold their agenda. Either be consumeristic, always thinking about how can I climb up the ladder, do this and do that, so I can be seen as a higher status within society. Well, all of that stuff really leads you to is just further entrapping yourself in the system. So they want to keep you stuck in that cycle of consumerism and carnality. And how they do that is to keep you in a specific state of consciousness, because if they keep you there, you're going to naturally view life from that manner. So there are compulsions that you must overcome in each chakra, in each plane of consciousness, in order for you to fully release yourself from slavery. And each plane of consciousness, each chakra, holds a piece of the puzzle of what your Dharma is. It's like an infinity stone, and you're trying to collect all the infinity stones, but if you're stuck in a certain plane of consciousness, you can't recognize that dharmic aspect of it. You can't understand your innate nature in that specific plane. So what you must do is walk what we call the right-hand path. The right-hand path of Dakshinashara in the Tantric sciences is all about renunciation. It's all about achieving liberation from compulsions. If you are stuck in compulsions, you're not going to know who you are. You might just be living life in autopilot mode, in escape mode, and in reality, you truly want to be doing something else. You won't know. You don't know who you are until you actually remove everything. This is why I always bring up the example of an elimination diet. You won't know why you're bloated, why you're inflamed, if you're just eating all of these different types of foods, junk food, this, that. So what you do is eliminate everything. You eliminate everything to a very basic diet. And when you have that basic diet and you don't have any problems, you add on another piece of food, another source of food. And if that gives you problems, that is not for you. That is not dharmic for you. And then you add in a different source of food and it doesn't give you problems. That works with your gut. That is dharmic to you. That's what we're trying to do on the right-hand path. Remove all of this junk you've been conditioned to do in every single chakra of what you are pursuing in this plane, in that plane, in that plane. Through the practice of renunciation, through becoming less focused on the physical and closer connected to your spirit. That's the whole goal of the right-hand path, because we are living again in Kali Yuga, where your consciousness is so rooted in the physical, so rooted in the lower planes, that you have forgotten your spiritual nature. Again, the spirit is in everything, and your physical body is in everything. Your mind is in everything. You are the self. The self is tripartite. It's got three modes: the mind, the body, and soul. And each plane of consciousness gives you a recognition of every single one of those aspects of yourself. You must, first of all, remove yourself from the body, from all these compulsions. Remove yourself from the mind and all those compulsions, and the spirit and all those compulsions, to recognize the self, recognize your dharma, recognize your nature through these meditative practices, through this science of Dakshinashara. If you truly want to know who you are and live a life that is aligned to that, this is what is required for you to walk the right-hand path. And this is what we talk about over here on this channel, man. On the Philosopher Files, right here in the field, in the flesh, dropping out that games. You guys can make these gains. You dig what I'm saying? This is what we talk about over on the main channel. Matter of fact, if some of y'all, just your first time watching my videos, like I just said, man, my main channel, this is my second channel. The Philosopher Files is my second channel. where we do all of our content like this, raw, real, wrathful, out here in the field, in the flesh, no cuts, no edits, just straight up speaking off the dome. But over on the main channel, we are still uncovering this esoteric science of self-mastery, the right-hand path of Dakshina Shara, just from a different angle. Because every time you tap into a main channel video, man, you better be ready, because you're watching a goddamn movie. You're gonna get a cinematic experience every time you tap in with a main channel video on the main channel itself, aka The Philosopher. So again, maybe you like this channel more than the main channel. Maybe you like the main channel more than this channel. Maybe you just want the best of both worlds, but you ain't gonna know unless you know. And the only way for you to know is to tap in with the main channel by clicking the link posted in the description box down below. Just click that link, you'll be forwarded over to the main channel and get up on some games. You're out here looking like a lame, you dig what I'm saying. Subscribe, put the notifications on, do what you gotta do so you can get up on more sauce when it comes to this journey of self-mastery. You see what I'm saying? The journey up the mountain, and that mountain is a metaphor for your spine. The different chakras, every single plane of consciousness has a compulsion. It's an obstacle preventing you from the realization of your dharma. What is at the top of the mountain? It is your dharma. It is self-realization. But in order for you to actually get there, you must master the mountain. You must master the self. And this is, again, what we cook up over on this channel, the main channel, and of course on the private Patreon community. Matter of fact, we gotta take a quick pause right here, right now, for a shout out to the fucking private Patreon community. Look, bro, let's keep it a buck here, man. Let's keep it a buck here. Most people have already clicked off this video. Most people can't handle the way I talk. Most people can't handle the way I keep it real, raw, and wrathful over here on this channel. And most people can't pick up what I'm putting down when it comes to these higher level topics of Dharma, of self-mastery, of Tantra, of consciousness. You just can't. But if you're still watching this video, that is a clear sign you're one of those motherfuckers that can. So give yourself a round of applause, because you are what I like to call, and what I have termed as a spiritual savage. You're sick and tired of being sick and tired in this cycle of following God, following a system, following a script, following society. You're sick and tired of that. It has led you nowhere. You see beyond the surface. You know where it's going to lead you to. It's going to lead you to dissatisfaction and an empty, meaningless life where you're going to be on your deathbed wondering, man, that guy on YouTube, The Philosopher, he was right, bro. I'm on my deathbed and I'm thinking about my dharma. You don't want to be in that position. You see where this life is going to lead you. And you're willing to do what it takes to course correct. Get back on the right path. Get on the right track by walking up the right-hand path. You're a spiritual savage. You got the balls to do what it takes. And you're not going to just submit to any agenda that they just give you. Maybe I've ignited that dynamite within you, that Aryan spirit. Because if that wasn't the case, you would have clicked off this by now. But if you are one of those individuals, you truly believe you're a spiritual savage, you truly believe you got what it takes, I'm gonna need you to do me a quick favor right here, right now. Find the closest mirror to you. I don't care if it's in your bathroom. I don't care if it's in your self-camera of your phone. I don't care if it's in somebody else's car window. Do what you gotta do. Take a good, hard look in that mirror for me. Come on now, I can wait. I'll wait all day. I'll wait all day. Really analyze that man that's staring right into your eyes or right into your soul when you look into that mirror. Come on now, man. Let it marinate into your mind. Let it sink into your psyche. Because I need you, yes, you, to realize that you're doing that man, not me. The motherfucker that's staring right into your eyes and right into your soul when you look into that mirror, you're doing him a huge disfavor by not joining up into the private Patreon community yet if you consider yourself someone who's truly serious about this path of self-mastery, about becoming a god, about living a life that is aligned to your dharma. Because look, man, if you enjoy the content that we're cooking up over here on this channel, you enjoy the content that we cook up over on the main channel, I'm telling you, bro, your mind is going to be blown into bits by the type of content that we cooking up over on the private Patreon community. I'm talking about exclusive videos that you ain't gonna find on this channel, you ain't gonna find on the main channel. Matter of fact, you ain't gonna find it anywhere else on the internet, because we are really, truly uncovering this esoteric science of self-mastery to a level that you've never seen, my boy. I'm telling you, man. So not only do you get access to a treasure trove of all of this exclusive content, but also access to all of our full guides, our in-depth occult lectures, our digital libraries, and most importantly, an invitation to the Philosopher's Circle. Yes, sir, you heard what I said, not the Philosopher's Circle. I'm talking about the motherfucking Philosopher's Circle, aka our private inner circle community, where you'll be surrounded and join up into our private group chat. Surrounded and just involved in a community of like-minded men who are also walking up this mountain of self-mastery side by side with you, who also see the nonsense of this system, who are also having the courage to reject it, to walk the right hand, to discover their dharma, and inevitably pursue it to the fullest extent. If you want to be surrounded with individuals that are operating on the same wavelength, that are going to hold you accountable, that want to see you elevate when it comes to your consciousness, and inevitably want to see you liberate when it comes to the way you live your life, this is the place to be, because it ain't just a regular group chat. This is also where we host our bi-weekly mastermind live calls, where you hop in a live call with me, as well as this community of like-minded men who are also walking the path of self-mastery, where you can get personalized guidance. We can go more in depth into these topics. We can chop it up about all these different types of concepts. Because let's keep it a buck here, man. How many people around you are you able to talk about these topics with? Probably not. And guess what? You all know the saying that you're the sum of the 5 people that you're hanging around the most with. If you hang around with 5 people that are trying to follow God, follow the system, and be a slave, you're gonna be the 6th motherfucking slave. But if you hang around and you're surrounded by this brotherhood that we have created in the Philosopher's Circle, of like-minded men who are walking up the mountain of self-mastery side by side with you. Again, everybody's walking up their own mountain, but the same principles apply to everybody. You might start here, I might start there. You might have bigger compulsions in this plane, I might have less compulsions in that plane. At the end of the day, the tools we use is the exact same. The journey we do is the exact same. And if you're surrounded with individuals like that, guess what? You're gonna absorb that Aryan spirit that we are cultivating in this kula, in this group. So look, man, what more else is there to say? If you're somebody serious about this path, I'm telling you, man, the Philosopher's Circle is the place for you, my guy. I can 100% guarantee you that, but if you need any more information about the Philosopher's Circle and the private Patreon community as a whole, check out the link posted in the pinned comment of this video. Not the description box. Again, the description box is where you'll find a link to my Patreon, my main channel, The Philosopher, as well as a link to my Instagram right under that. So if you ever want to chop it up about these different types of concepts, discussing these different types of doctrines and concepts, topics, all that good stuff, man, shoot your boy a shot, shoot me a DM. My DMs are always open. Slide in there, man. Do not be shy, but not like that, because I don't roll like that. Pause. And also follow me over on Instagram. Connect with me on there. Get up on all the game and all the content that we're cooking over on that platform as well. That's found in the description box. But I'm talking about the pinned comment. Scroll in the comment section is the first comment pinned up by me. Click that link. You'll be forwarded to our page. And from there, you can join up as a member of the private Patreon community, but also check out the other services I provide, such as links to my personalized coaching program. If you're someone who's truly serious about this path of discovering your Dharma through using this ancient science of Tantra, and you would like to be guided by me personally, one-on-one, mano-a-mano, where we're working together to help you overcome your karmas, dissolve your karmas, to discover your Dharma, this is what this coaching program is all about. Systemizing a personalized approach that is curated for you through these ancient practices, through this ancient science, for you to recognize who you truly are, what is natural to you, what is enjoyable to you, what is innate to you, and recognize and remember your Dharma. I don't know your Dharma. I got to make that clear. In this coaching program, I'm not here to tell you what your Dharma is. I'm here to help you recognize what it is. You already know what it is. You just forgot it. It's like the sun. The sun is always out right now. covered up by clouds. Can't really see the sun. But I know it's there. That's your Dharma. It's always there. It's always there. But in this case, the sun is covered up by clouds. And in your case, your Dharma is covered up by karmas, by these compulsions. You don't know who you truly are because you're a slave to everything else around you. You're a slave to the system. They want to keep you there because if you're a slave to the system, they give you the fake medicine. They make you sick and they give you the fake medicine that makes you even more sick. But if you want the true cure, you must go and explore your consciousness. And this is what this coaching program is all about. Exploring every realm of consciousness, overcoming these compulsions so you can recognize and collect all those infinity stones, all those pieces of the puzzle that come together to help you paint out the picture of your Dharma that resides at the top of the mountain, aka the peak, the pinnacle of self-realization once you have achieved self-mastery. The right-hand path of Dakshinashara is self-mastery. What awaits you at the top of the mountain is self-realization. You finally recall and remember the blueprint of what you've been brought here to build. And on the left-hand path, that's when you start building. But that's another topic for another day. If you're ready to walk up the right-hand path and you're looking to work with me one-on-one, that's what that coaching program is all about. Shoot your boy an application and we'll see if your criteria, if your entry meets the qualifications for this coaching program. But if you just want to book a one-time call with your boy, discuss anything that you're dealing with to help you get back on the right track, that's what we got our booking calls and our consultation link for too as well that you can find in the pinned comment of this video. Just click that link. You'll be forwarded to our page, and from there you can pick and choose whether it's joining up into the Philosopher's Circle, applying to the coaching program, booking a consultation call. You can pick and choose which one of these services best suits you if you're ready to finally ascend and evolve from this mode of slavery that you've been stuck in your entire life. But like I was saying, man, this is what all the stuff that we talk about over here on this channel, over on the main channel, over especially on the private Patreon community and my personalized coaching program. It's all revolving around this journey of self-mastery and esoteric science that I didn't make up. Trust me, I ain't that smart. I am not that smart. So if you're resonating with this message, you got to realize that what I'm doing, what my Dharma is to revive Dharma, revive the Aryan spirit, and ignite it in those who have it, but it's kept dormant. For those who actually want to become gods, there is a system, there is a science to live life by your own rules, by your own game, by discovering what is innate to your own essence, which is called your Dharma. In the ancient traditions, the Aryan culture, this is what it was all about. Everyone had the potential to become a god. And everyone had that potential by building a bridge to the gods. That is what the right-hand path is all about, building a bridge to the gods. Gods are not composed by their lower chakras. Gods are liberated. And you can achieve liberation. You can go past all these compulsions through the right hand. And now once you have reached that, nothing can enslave you. And when nothing can enslave you, now you get to play the game of life by your rules. You can turn any poison that the world said was poison into a medicine for you. This is an ancient science of the Aryan sages that I am revitalizing. I am reviving. This is my Dharma. This is what I'm devoted to. And hopefully you can feel this passion and power punching through the screen while I throw this lightning. Every one of these videos, keeping it raw, real, and wrathful. Because I'm speaking to those individuals who have that potential. Most people have already been castrated, spiritually castrated, from that Aryan spirit that resides within their gut. But if you're still watching this video, there's a clear indication that you are picking up what I'm putting down and you resonate with the message. Remember, you resonate with the message. Forget about the messenger. Maybe the way I spin it, maybe the way I break it down makes it more sense and allows it to finally click within your consciousness. But at the end of the day, the Dharma is speaking through me and to you. Let me say that again. The Dharma is speaking through me and to you, telling you it's time. It's time. This incarnation could be your one-way ticket to achieve liberation. God knows how many incarnations that you've had remaining as a slave to the system. And God knows how many more incarnations that you'll have remaining a slave to the system. If you don't take action right here, right now. Because again, like I just said, man, most people have already clicked off this video. They can't handle what I'm saying. They can't watch a video for this long. It's going right over their heads, and you add on the density of the type of topics that we discuss over here. Oh man, it's another language to them. And you're still here. That is a clear indication that I don't know how, I don't know why, and quite frankly, I don't even care. Maybe some of the past life karmas you've dissolved to put yourself in a better position in this incarnation to actually receive the message of Dharma through my videos. But this is a sign that you resonate with the message and you're ready to walk the right hand. You're ready to take the leap of faith. You're ready to ascend and evolve from this meaningless life that you've been stuck in from the moment you were born. By all these people telling you to follow God, follow this, follow the system, follow that. You're ready to become a God. But in order for you to do that, the prerequisite is to discover your Dharma, which is not easy. So I say you must be a spiritual savage to walk this path. You must have the balls to go against the grain of everything society has sold and told you from the moment you were born. That's not easy. But there is a science to this. And again, this is my Dharma, to revive the science, revitalize it for the modern day man, like you, like me, like everybody that you see, in a practical manner that you can finally apply into your lives. That is my Dharma. That is my duty. That is what I'm devoted to. This is what brings me into alignment with my nature. An avenger of the Aryan tradition. That's what I'm doing. And you as an individual who are still watching this video, you are receiving this knowledge. Because it's reacting to you in that dharmic manner. But it ain't enough to just sit here and listen to what I'm talking about. Yeah, the knowledge might be great. But knowledge is only one thing. Knowledge resides in the head. I need you to take action. I need you to turn that knowledge into gnosis. I need you to take that understanding into understanding. And how do you make that happen? The only way is through first-hand experience. You must act upon this. Because you can watch the next video, binge all of my content, and get all this sauce about the esoteric science of self-mastery, about the pursuit of Dharma, about the Aryan culture, the Aryan tradition that I'm avenging. And that's great. That's step one. But step two, if you don't want to get stuck in step one, is to actually apply this knowledge. It's like all those self-improvement faggots that just watch video after video after video after video, read self-help book after self-help book after self-help book. You never take action, just mental masturbating. That is you if all you're going to do is just binge my content and yet not actually take the action because you don't got the courage to do it. You're a spiritual masturbator. That's what you are. I need you to take first-hand action through first-hand experience. You must dissolve your own karmas. You must go against the grain of what everybody telling you is right and wrong. You must discover your own differentiation of what's right and wrong, your own rules, your own game to break out of this matrix. And the only way you do that is through taking that step up the right-hand path first yourself. I can't hold your hand. I'm walking up this mountain with you. I might be a couple steps ahead and I'm leading all the savages up there. But I can't hold your hand. I'm not Jesus. Nobody's going to come save you. If you want to finally become a God and live life that actually liberates you, instead of being a slave and succumbing to that, and have this little bit of escape and dopamine to subjugate for your meaningless existence, go ahead and do that. I don't think that's the case. You're watching this video. You made it this far. But if you want to do that, go ahead. You just wasted a goddamn hour of your time listening to me yap. I know I'm entertaining and I know I look good, but goddamn it, man, let's keep it a buck here. I'm not that entertaining and I don't look that good for you to waste an hour of your life. You cannot be hesitant to follow your heart, to listen to that gut instinct, that Aryan spirit that is pushing you to become a God by first building a bridge to the gods. This is what Tantra is all about. This is what the right-hand path is all about. This is what Dharma requires you to become a God. You to live life by your rules. If you want to keep trying to make your Father happy, the Sky Father happy, and forget about what makes you you throughout the process, by all means, go ahead. This ain't no church. This ain't no mosque. This ain't no temple. Go ahead and find those religions. Go ahead and follow the New Age spiritual wackos. Go follow self-improvement. Go do all of that. But if you want to become you, this is what is required. This is the price that must be paid. You must burn off everything. The fake ego you've been sold and told in order for you to discover what your real ego is. It's like taking a rock that's full of dirt and gunk and junk and burning it in the furnace of truth, of Dharma, to get that golden nugget. That is the right-hand path. That is a journey of alchemy, conscious alchemy, tantric alchemy. To remove all the shit, remove all the compulsions, remove all the different junk you've been infested with from the moment you were born, to discover what resides underneath all of this. And that's you. You've always been that golden nugget. And now, once you have that golden nugget, you can wield it, turn it into a sword on the left-hand path. You, your true self, now becomes a weapon against the system. This is really how you break out of the matrix. Screw whatever Andrew Tate told you. Screw whatever these self-improvement guys told you. Screw whatever these spiritual guys tell you. They're all dumb as rocks. Dumb as rocks. Because they don't have the knowledge of Dharma. The whole purpose of life is to first discover your Dharma and next to express it and pursue it to the fullest extent. Nothing else will make you satisfied. No amount of cars, clothes, money, hoes, no heaven, no hell, none of that will satisfy you. Because that's what you're meant to do. You take a fish out of water, you give it all the stuff it wants in the world, you make it a good Christian, whatever you want to call it. It's still going to yearn to go back in the water because that's its nature. You take a lion out of the jungle, put it into a zoo, and you give it all the pleasure it wants, all the sensory things it wants, all the ideas of heaven it wants. It's still going to be yearning to hunt because that's its nature. You take a bird, you put it into a cage, you give it all the pleasure it wants, you give it all the good ideas it wants, whatever. It's still going to be yearning to fly because that is its innate nature. Do you see what I'm saying? You have an innate nature and you don't even know what it is. And now you're living a life that somebody else told you to live and you're dissatisfied. And you'll never be satisfied with that life. No matter how hard you work at it, no matter how good of a Christian you become, no matter how good of a Muslim you become, no matter how close to heaven you are, no matter how many cars, clothes, hoes, and all the hedonistic things you can do, on the other side of the spectrum, you will never be satisfied. So what's the point? Like the samurai, what's the point? They'd rather have death before they ever dishonor their Dharma. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to die on that mountain? Are you willing to actually do what it takes in this incarnation to punch in your one-way ticket to liberation, even if it means going against the grain of everything your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, society, school, religion has taught you? Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to actually stand in front of the mirror and say, I want to become a God? If you're not, click off this video. You wasted your time. But if you are, it is time. It is time. And the way you start is by walking the right hand. And you might be wondering, well, what do I do on the right hand? This is what we talk about again on this channel, over on the main channel. Get up on all the game, all the sauce, all the content. And if you need more direct guidance, actual practices, actual step-by-step processes and protocols of how to actually apply this science, this is what we got on the private Patreon community for. This is what we got the personalized coaching program for. This is what we got consultation calls for. I'm not giving all the sauce to the people that aren't serious. If you're ready to take that next step, that's what we got all this stuff for in the pinned comment of this video. If you're ready to really ascend and evolve, tap in. Tap into the Philosopher's Circle. Tap into the coaching program. Book a consultation call. This is for those who are serious. If you just want to keep learning more about this because it's your first introduction, by all means, you got all the content over here and on the main channel. But if you're ready to really take it up another notch, that's what we got on the pinned comments video. That's what these services are for. This ain't for everybody. This ain't New Age spirituality. This is for the savages who are ready to break free from the system and become their own gods. Deify themselves by first discovering their Dharma. Follow God as much as you want. Follow the system as much as you want. Follow the anti-system as much as you want. Be a hedonist. Be an atheist. You're still not going to be satisfied if it's not your Dharma. So what's the point? An atheist, a hedonist, a top G, a good Christian, a 9-to-5 NPC worker, they're all slaves. They're all slaves because none of them are liberated. Because they're not living lives that actually liberate themselves. They're addicted to escape in either way. What's the point of escaping life? What's the point of living a life that you want to escape? You're meant to live a life that you're meant to embrace and that empowers you. And that is a life that is dharmic to you, that is organic to you, that is innate to you, that is natural to you. And that exists. A perfect life doesn't exist, but a dharmic one does. And in order for you to do that, you must be willing to make it up the mountain. So forget about following God. Forget about submitting to an external source of divinity. Forget about serving the system. Become the system. Become that source of divinity. Become a God yourself. It's been your boy out here in the field, in the flesh, keeping it raw, real, and wrathful. Come on now, man. Dropping that game so you guys can make these gains. And I'm out of here. Peace.